What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla if you're new here, and if you're a returner, welcome back. So today, y'all, I am hitting y'all with another video, and I know it is long overdue. So I'm back, okay? And this video actually was requested, so enough of me chit chat. Let's hop right into the video. For today's video, I am going to be sharing the pros and the cons of North Carolina. As many of y'all know, me and my man and my baby, we got up, we moved out here, drove across the country. Well, I took a plane. He drove across country 2 times. And we decided to just start over. There were so many other reasons why we came. If you haven't watched that video, definitely go back on my channel and watch that video of us, deciding to move. We've been here since December, and it is currently March, basically April. And I think I'm well established to say what the pros and cons are, just based off of my couple of months living here, us adjusting. So let's get into the video. A pro of living out here is obviously cheaper living. In California, you don't get as much for your money. So right now we are currently in a 3-bedroom home. We have, our driveway, all of these different things, and we are paying way less than our 1-bedroom apartment in California. So you definitely see that difference, even as small things as like gas. All of your bills, they're so much lower. When you look at gas, it's like California, when we left, it was like at $6, I kid you not. And it was just too much. But out here, it's like gas will be $2.80, $3, like if that, it's just, even the gas is a major difference. And so when you calculate all of your money and stuff, you kind of see that difference. On the flip side, a con of that is the fact that obviously moving from California to North Carolina, the minimum wage and the pay is a little bit different. So I'm a stay-at-home mom. I currently do not work. I haven't worked since my baby was born, which is a blessing. But my man is a worker and he's a truck driver, and so he works. And for him, he definitely felt the difference going from California's local jobs or even regional jobs and stuff like that. Sorry, my daughter is leaning on the camera stand. Mommy, we filming YouTube. She loves the stand, so I might have to move it if it continues to shake. I think we might be good. Yikes. Okay. But he is a worker, and so he felt the difference because out here in North Carolina, they do not make as much as they would in California. Now, if he were to decide to go over the road, that's a completely different story. But ever since we've had Ellie and everything like that, he has decided to stay close at home. He comes home daily with majority of the jobs that he does do. And we love that, So it doesn't affect us too much because you get the cheaper living, but it does make it where you can't save as much as you might have thought, because you're used to that California rate, and it's just not that. So that's one con that we had to adjust to. Another pro, I would say, is just how calm it is out here. There's not ever really traffic. There's not a lot going on. Many times when we go out and about, it's very slow paced. And sometimes you need that. But it's not too slow, too. It's like wherever you decide to live in North Carolina or any other state, it would dictate whether it's too slow or too fast, whatever the case may be. So for us, it's like right in the middle, not too fast, not too slow. And we're still adjusting. The con of that is obviously being in a new area and trying to figure out what to do. We're trying to get used to okay, when we have our weekends and our days off, what exactly do we want to go do? Because in California, we go to the beach, we go walk the Grove, we go, all these different places. There's 50,000 malls. And out here, it's not that, it's very different. They're building it up versus it already being built up. So you see the difference in things to do, and many times we have to get creative at home instead of going out. A pro that I liked about California is obviously the people. California can be very, very diverse. You're around a lot of people. It's very accepting. Everybody is nice, and it's just a vibe, And a con that we ran into over here is that a lot of people are more on their own. They're not as friendly. They don't talk. to you. We can go somewhere and people don't talk to us, acknowledge us, or we could be nice and crack a joke and they just like won't laugh. It's the vibe is different too of the people, and you definitely feel that. And that's something that's taken a lot to just like adjust to, I must admit. Another pro of being in North Carolina and just the South and the East Coast in general compared to the West Coast is being able to drive anywhere you want to go. So literally a month of us living here, we decided, you know what? We woke up one day and we were like, let's go to New York. Let's go to New York. And we hopped up in the car and we drove to New York, and we were only out there for legit like 24 hours, like a full day. But it was the best thing ever. And now actually all going to be driving down to Florida, and we're going to be going to Disney World and staying at a resort and all those things. So one thing that I do love about being over here compared to California is like how you can just travel and see everything that's in all of these states. In California, it takes, from here, it takes 8 hours to get to Orlando. And it's like, in California, 8 hours will be getting all the way to the top of California from the bottom, you know? So it's like, it's different. It's very, very different. And we really have been enjoying that because it's like that accessibleness to being able to just go where you want to go, you know? But obviously a con to that is once you see everything you want to see, then it's like, okay, you want to enjoy the state that you're living in, because once you see everything you want to see, now you have to come back to your state and be happy in the state that you're in. So it's like, it has its pros and cons. Another pro that I would say about living in North Carolina and just in the South in general is really just the normalization and educating everybody on like guns. I am not a huge advocate for guns. I did not grow up just like being all around guns or being fascinated. And honestly, with everything that's going on in the world with gun violence, guns are not my thing, you know? But since the world is getting crazier and, you know, so many people are gun owners, I like that in the South, they really do educate you about guns. You know, there's so many different classes you can take, and they talk about the safety of guns, but not only that too, they allow you to be a gun owner where you're able to protect yourself. And so one thing I used to always think is, it's like, if I'm in a situation where somebody else has a gun and I don't have a gun, now I'm lacking, now I'm unprotected, you know, and I can't even protect my family. And so one thing that I would say is a pro about the South is really educating people who, you know, in California, people don't really talk about guns, you know what I mean? You don't see a lot of people with guns. Like, that's just the truth, at least what I've experienced. And I practically have grown up in California. And so being over here, you know, I'm learning so much about gun safety. I'm learning so much about being a gun owner and the proper way to protect yourself and protect your family, because you don't want to be in a situation where, you know, everybody else has guns and you're the only one without one. And so I would say a pro is just being able to be educated about guns, and even being able to be a gun owner, which now, after being educated and all these different things, I am a gun owner here. And that is something, like, me and my man are gun owners, and that is something for us that was important, because it's like, at first when we were here, like, on the flip side, a con is when you're out here, you know, everybody has guns and different things, and they're so educated on them, and it's kind of scary, honestly. It, like, knowing that everybody else has them. And so it kind of pushed us to be like, hey, this is an area where we need to educate ourselves, and we need to know how to properly use them. And my man already, like, you know, whatever, he went through boot camp for the Army and different things like that, and so he already was familiar. But for me, I didn't know that, you know? So now knowing, I think that is definitely a pro. And a con is the fact that if you are the one that doesn't have anything, then it creates fear. And that's the truth, because everybody's educated on it. Everybody knows how to use it. Everybody has guns or anything else. And so it's just, I would say that that's the pro and con to that. Is like, a pro is being able to, you know, get something to exercise your right to and protect yourself, because of the fact that, you know, on the con, the world is getting crazier and everybody else is educated on it. So it's not something that you want to, like, lack. Now, I don't stand for guns and gun violence and all these things. I do feel like we as a country need to do better. But at the same time, since this is the current situation, I am going to protect myself, protect my family. And if everyone else around me has guns, so do I. You know, and that's just the honest truth. So that's the pro and con to that, which I enjoy. Another con that we've ran into, I think I've ran out of pros, honestly. Those are the biggest things that I would say, like, we pay attention to by living here. But another con that we've noticed is just the opportunities. In California, you know, I feel like since it's such a bigger population, there's so many job opportunities. There's so many things that you can get involved in. And out here, we have not ran into that. It is much harder to find jobs. Even like with my man being a truck driver, usually it's so easy. And it still is easy compared to some other career paths, but it's just not as easy as we've seen California. They're like, oh, we're full, we have no openings, this, that. And it's like, it's a little bit different where the career opportunities and the job opportunities out here are limited. And the reason why I know that it's not just the truck driving world is because I have actually started to apply for jobs here and there, because I'm like, okay, maybe if I get a work from home job, I know that I could stay at home and just be a full-time mom, but I get bored. So I'm like, okay, maybe let me work to have something to do during the day. I don't know if other moms can relate to that, but you know, why not? And so I have been applying and I haven't heard anything. And then also my mom currently lives out here and she's been applying for stuff, and she just really start diving into applying because she's just been kind of chilling too. But still, you get to see that there's not as many opportunities out here as a place like California. So overall, I would say our complete experience and our feeling of North Carolina, and if I'm being completely transparent, you know, North Carolina is nice, not holding anything against North Carolina, but we definitely plan on going back to California. This is a vibe that we're struggling to get into the grooves of everything. It's very nice having our home. Like I always say to my man, that inside of our house and making memories within us feels like home. But once we step out of the house and we have to start, you know, dealing with just like the social, you know, being social and stuff like that, it doesn't make it feel like home. Or trying to find something to do without being repetitive because there's only so much to do for fun. It's like, then it doesn't feel like home. Having all those things that you can go to freaking Big Bear and see snow, and on the same day go to Malibu and go to the beach, like in California. And it's really like that. And we just miss being able to have those moments of making memories. And so overall for us, we plan on staying here. I mean, obviously, but for a little bit, maybe like a year, maybe 2 years. But all in all, we're going to be going back. And the truth is too, is nothing's wrong with North Carolina. We do enjoy it here too. It's not the end of the world, but it's just like where we want to raise our daughter, where we want to, you know, continue creating our family and stuff like that at, and that's California. But yeah, so thank you all for watching, and thank you for the person who actually recommended me to do this video, because I definitely was thinking about it a while ago, but I wanted to wait some months and really get adjusted before I just speak on, you know, pros and cons and stuff. But I really do appreciate you commenting and asking for this, and I hope that this video helps you potentially with your move if you are going to decide to move, and I hope it helps anyone else just kind of seeing and weighing their options. So stay tuned for the next video. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's do this YouTube thing. Let's get it back. I'm happy to be back. It feels good to be behind the camera. It gives me a reason to get dressed a little bit. I'm still in my PJs, but you know, like, it's nice. So stay tuned for the next video. Bye.